Welcome to the finale. Over the last two videos, you identified your subconscious brain type and selected your identity framework from our master playbook. Now you've done the work, you've adjusted your posture, anchored your language, and set your intention. But now, usually within 48 to 72 hours, a massive mental trap appears. You step into an independent, resourceful, or magnetic mindset, but you look at your environment, your bank account, or your text messages, and nothing looks different yet. This exact moment is where 99% of people quit. They say, I tried to change, but my reality didn't change, so it must not work, or it just doesn't work for me. If you're new here and haven't watched part 1 on finding your brain type or part 2 on picking your identity framework, pause this video and grab those from the description below first, and I'll see you again. Here's what nobody tells you though. Physical reality has a built-in lag time. What you are looking at right now is not your current reality. You are looking at an identity ghost. In this final video, I am going to show you what the identity ghost actually is and why your brain falls for it, and the 3-step protocol to integrate this friction so your new self becomes your permanent baseline. So what is the identity ghost? To understand the identity ghost, think about light from distant stars. When you look up at the night sky and see a star shining, that star might have burned out years ago. You aren't seeing what the star is doing right now, you are seeing the delay of light traveling through space. Your physical environment works the exact same way. Your current environment, your savings, your social dynamics are simply the delayed output of who you were 30 days ago or just yesterday. They are all just old data catching up to the present moment. When you shift your mindset, moving into authority, magnetism, or resilience, you are updating your thought patterns instantly. But outer physical matter moves slower than your mindsets, your thoughts and patterns. An identity ghost is simply old evidence haunting your new lifestyle. When you look at a low balance from your bank account or a lack of response from people you talk to and get along with and get discouraged, you are reacting to a ghost. You are letting an old dead mindset convince you that your new mindset isn't real. The second you get discouraged, you snap your energy back down to old habits and the cycle continues. So step 1 is neutral observation. How do you handle the delay without folding? You run the 3-step ghost busting protocol. The old thoughts pop up, a setback, a rude comment, or a lack of immediate physical proof. Your mission is to stop yourself from attaching a dramatic narrative to it, or old thought patterns. Instead of saying, nothing is working, you start to train your brain to identify it objectively. You say to yourself, this is just an identity ghost. This is the old me catching up. And remember, an identity ghost isn't just the numbers on a screen. It can also be people in your life reacting to your old way of being, your old self. If someone comments on the new you and tries to push you back into your old habits, recognize that as a ghost too. You don't defend yourself or over-explain. By naming it, you detach the emotional panic and stop treating a temporary delay as your permanent truth. Step 2 is shadow neutralization. Now here's where standard mindset advice fails people. It tells you to ignore your doubts or to fight off the negative thoughts. That's a massive mistake. In psychology, whatever you resist persists. When your inner critic screams you aren't capable or who do you think you are, that isn't your enemy. It is your shadow. It is an old protective program in your brain built to keep you safe from disappointment, failure, or rejection. They are learned ways of how you were able to survive your past experiences. If you start to fight your shadow, you create internal friction, and your nervous system starts to panic. You cannot affirm your way out of a war with yourself. Instead of fighting the ghost, you neutralize and integrate it. When the doubt hits, pause. Run your mind types check and speak directly into your old programming self. You say to yourself, this is just an identity ghost. This is the old me catching up. By validating the shadow, instead of ignoring it, you release the emotional charge and the connection to your old way of being. You lose the doubt and your nervous system starts to settle down back into your baseline. Step 3, identity evidence stacking. You cannot just wait around for physical proof. You have to manufacture immediate micro evidence. But you don't just do generic chores, right? You take action that specifically proves your chosen state of self. If you are embodying a grounded authority, make a firm decision you've been putting off or handle a difficult email immediately. without overthinking, without over-explaining yourself. If you are embodying magnetic presence, stop double texting or trying to seek validation. Start spending time completely focusing on your own project or on yourself or on your own time. If you are embodying a resourceful problem solver, take one active step towards solving a small issue right now instead of complaining about it, instead of delaying it or prolonging it, procrastination. Every single targeted action you take acts as real world proof. You are stacking evidence until your brain has no choice but to accept your new identity as indisputable truth. Here's the ultimate rule for permanent transformation. Identity is not a fleeting feeling. It is a posture you hold when the feeling fades. Anyone can hold a strong stance for 5 minutes after watching an inspirational video. Real authority, real wealth, and real peace belong to the people who hold their posture through the lag time, through the delay, and integrate their inner resistance instead of running from it. When the ghost appears, that is not proof that you failed. That is the ultimate integration test. That is the ultimate checkpoint because it is your subconscious asking, are you okay operating from this new state of being? Or were you just pretending until it got slightly uncomfortable? If you maintain your posture, respect your shadow, and run your input style for 21 days, straight through the lag time, through the chaos, through the hardship, then the old ghost disappears entirely. Your old self sheds like a lizard sheds its old skin. Your outer reality is forced to catch up and reorganize around your new self. You now have the complete end-to-end system. 1. You know your input style, somatic feeler, visual spatial, or logical analytical. 2. You have your identity frameworks, loaded with precision modifiers that fit your brain. And 3. You now have the protocol to integrate your shadow and handle the lag time without giving up. There are no more excuses. You aren't wrong, you aren't stuck, and you don't need to chase anything anymore. You just need to run your manual. Stick to it. Here is your final challenge. Go down to the comments right now and type this exact phrase so I know that you are following and paying attention. I see the ghost, but I am holding my ground. Commit to your operating state for the next 21 days. If this series gave you value, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel and share this playlist with someone who needs to upgrade their life or wants to change their negative mindset. Remember to keep holding your ground and go live with complete alignment. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Augustin. This is Just Before Clarity, and I'll see you in the next series.